The fans rev up those fires. We got something to do today. Alright, so just met this one chick, and I don't know if you can see this on my screen, but she's definitely a unique chick. Um, does she just touch your heart in a way? It's so amazing what people come up with these days. So look at this girl here. She's 23. She's from Nuevo, Argentina. 62% match, which is great. I'm just totally ecstatic about meeting her. Straight woman, 5'7". This she's around 6 foot, so that's nice. She speaks English. Puerto Nuevo, Argentina. I'm like butchering that, but she speaks English in Argentina. Um, Smokes sometimes, drinks socially, sometimes does drugs. She's an omnivore, doesn't have kids but might want them, and she's online now. She's also an atheist, but it's not important. Seeing anything wrong yet? Give me a second. She's a TV nerd, a TV ninja, a TV lover, a social media junkie, and a student. So she's well balanced, isn't she? 68% dating and 40% lifestyle. She's looking for single men within 10 miles of Argentina, age 20 to 57, for short and long term dating, hookup, and new friends. Anybody else see anything wrong with that? Anything? Well, she's a bot. If you can't tell, she's a bot. And this is what I do in my spare time. I'm actually pretty happy with who I'm actually with. But this is very clearly what a bot is. And here are the signs. First, as we can tell, she's very middle of the road. She only drinks socially. She smokes sometimes and sometimes does drugs. She's an omnivore, which, if you don't know the definition, it means she eats both meat and vegetables, which, you know, balanced meal. Uh, she doesn't have kids but might want them, so she appeals to everybody. Also, she's pretty much always online. Never mind that though. The Puerto Nuevo. Ah, gosh, I'm so terrible at that. Argentina thing is pretty awesome, especially if she's only looking for men within 10 miles of Argentina. The 20 to 57 thing should really give you a tip off. What woman is that desperate? Feel free to post that in the comments below. Never mind that she's 23 and looking for what, a 57-year-old man? I don't. Okay. Um, the other thing here is if a bot wants to be very middle of the road, sometimes they don't know how to answer the questions. Whoever their operator is for this one um, is very wishy washy, trying to answer all the questions equally and blah, blah, blah. Um, Here's what you do when you talk to them. I'm going to pull up the conversation we had and I'm going to show you. So, first off, they approach you. That's the first step. And I'm a friendly guy. She says, hello. I say, hello there. How are you? She says, I'm good. Just got out of bed. Getting ready for the day. By the way, sorry in case I take a while to reply. My phone is acting weird. My immediate response is, well, that's pretty good. I've been up exercising for about an hour. What do you look like? What do you really look like? Because I already know this isn't a real person. I think you have an interesting profile, by the way. How about we get to know each other? You got anything planned for tomorrow? Which I'm pretty sure that's what all those acronyms mean. But the misspelling isn't a reason to believe somebody's a bot, but the shorthand and the fact that that's one long run on sentence. What girl wants to meet you that fast? Fast service is not good service is not cheap, and cheap service is not good. A girl who spends a lot of time doing these kinds of things told me that once. We are also no longer friends. But um, look at the run on sentence here. What we have here is an ability to attract men very, very quickly and draw their attention. Now, I'm not entirely certain what this particular bot wanted, what it was programmed to do, but it's obvious that the the plan was to get me off of okcupid to go to another thing, which they could then promote their website. And I'm assuming that that's what their plan was. Um, Continuing on, I said, that's cool. You're processing lots of messages a minute, I bet. Appropriate responses, funny quips from the internet. I get it. Feel free to tell me what's wrong with your phone. In my spare time, I fixed them for Samsung. Now, because I didn't add a question mark here, what I'm doing here to her is, or it, sorry, it's a bot, probably identifies as an attack helicopter like me. Um, what I do here is kind of imply in an offhand manner. Because my first question was ignored, I sort of imply something to see if maybe this particular person, because it could still be a person, just kind of robotic. Um, if this particular person is uh going to answer, because I've already asked the question up here. What do you really look like? If they didn't answer that or get offended to that, then obviously there's something going on here that's beyond the scope of what the bot was, uh, uh, what the bot's pre-programmed responses are. Notice also how she's steamrolling through the conversation. These three messages aren't suspect. This one is. She ignores my question and doesn't answer it. Um, Now, here, obviously, I'm lying. I don't fix phones for Samsung, but I imply it to see if she'll answer the question somehow. She says, sorry, can we switch over to Kick or something? This app is so slow, really difficult to chat on here. I say, no, I'm not comfortable with sharing that with a bot. But I would be very happy to chat here. Now, I'm using the word bot here because it's usually what they are programmed to trigger a response. And if you do it well enough, which I actually didn't do it here, you can actually trigger a question answer mode. It's in certain bots programming where they sort of kind of go into debug mode. Um, you have to know a certain phrase to talk to them. There's a certain way you can talk to them because this used to happen over at Kick as well. Um, Now, in my defense, I knew this was a bot, or at least I had my suspicions, but I didn't automatically start treating her like, oh, there's a real woman approaching me, can't be real. What I said was, I'd be very happy to chat here. Friendly, it's not. After that insult up above, and the implication that I fix phones and she doesn't answer it, I kind of know where this is going. No, I'm not comfortable sharing that with a bot, but I'd be very happy to chat here. She responds, nobody called me a robot before. Ha ha ha. At this point, it's clear that what I'm dealing with is a bot. Except every person who recognizes you. At this point, I'm just teasing. She says, anyhow, in case you were still in doubt, text me on Snapchat at mrose.xo. I really liked your profile, so dot dot dot. So what? And in doubt of what? How do you text somebody? Okay, maybe it's just because I don't know how Snapchat works because I don't have one. But how do you text somebody on Snapchat? Or maybe that's just the vernacular for using Snapchat. At this point, I'm not even sure about that. Um, this Snapchat, if somebody can go and report that, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Let me know that you've done it in the comments below because this person is definitely a bot and needs to be reported. So I responded with, I've written code for AIs like you before. Last chance. What's your favorite color? And tell me what in your past links you to that favorite color. Nowadays, I've met bots that say if you ask their favorite color, they'll respond just as if you called them a robot. Nobody ever called me a robot before. Oh, well, my favorite color is. And they'll give a color, but they won't say how it relates to them. You like a favorite color, and you may, don't get me wrong, you may not know, but at least you would answer the question with, my favorite color is this, and I don't know why it's my favorite color. I just don't know. Um, or I'm still giving like one last chance in case this is just a girl who's not getting my messages or something. I give them plenty of chances. When you're passing, she's that favorite color. She responds with terrible. Nothing. Nothing at all. At this point, the bot is no longer programmed to respond unless I say the word robot or trigger them in some further way. However, the response about a robot is definitely um, already used. It's already been used. So I doubt that this bot will respond back to me. So I write, terrible. Robots will never replace humans at this rate. You made several mistakes. First, your profile. What kind of person is incredibly open and generic? You drink socially, do drugs sometimes, you're an atheist, but it's not important? Last I checked, being an atheist was a matter of skepticism, and it's pretty important to them that they defend their skepticism. If they were easily swayed, they'd probably be some other religion. That's the logic I'm using. Whether faulty or not, being an atheist would be, the point is, being an atheist would be important. Besides the picture, that was the first tip off that you weren't real. Your picture is impressive, but I can tell it's CG, computer graphics. You also chose a strange idea there, too. You look like every female survival horror video game protagonist ever, who just got out of the shower. First, look at your lips. The graphics are wrong. That's not how lips look. Next, you should have answered my questions and not ignored my responses. That was a huge tip off. The misspellings and steamrolled conversation is also a big sign that whoever animated you was in a rush. Or worse, was sloppy. And that's the part that gets me. Besides the one long sentence that implies you like me, that we should get to know each other, and sets up a date to meet. You're a fast bot. I'd hate to have a hand job from you. You plugged me for Kick, but then immediately shared your Snapchat? Nobody has one has the other in this day and age. Kick is old, bro. Kick is very old, actually. Continuing. Also, you're looking for men aged 20 to 57. You desperate robot housewife. What the You're cleaning out the crib and the attic? Anyway, going to report your Snapchat now. OkCupid deserves real women, not men pretending to be ones, which brings me to my last point. You didn't take offense to anything I said. Robots do not have feelings. If your operator reads this, I hope you take the time to fix your personal issues with promoting your website or whatever. Don't do it here. And just for the record, this person no longer exists because now I report that it is a fake user. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now we just thank you for joining me on this wonderful video here, and should I encounter another bot, I will share the hilarity with you. After all, we do have to see how these things evolve. It's a shame that that one was so stupid, but you can't get the smart ones all the time that can answer your question about favorite color and tell you mathematical equations, and you can't get the smart ones all the time. See you next video.